I mean, I just first of all, the first thing I want to say is how awesome it was to play in Nippert. I mean, it was everything that I anticipated it being, and then some. Shout out to our students' body that came out here, over an hour early, and then posted up in that end zone over there, all wearing white. It was awesome, and we ran out, and you get to look up and see, we still got people filing in, and after we started the game, which was awesome, and we filled the stadium up, and we fed off of that energy right from the start. I think our first drive, we went down. I think it was 4th and 5, and we went for it and hit a big touchdown. And from that point forward, we really didn't slow down. And I thought Emery played very well, obviously, and I thought he did a good job in his decision making. We felt we had some good receivers, and they proved that to be true today. Guys made some great plays, and O-line did really good in the first half there, and the defense was very solid. I think their offense is a very good offense. I think their quarterback has proven that he's a good quarterback, and so we knew that he was going to be able to make some plays on us, and he hit some throws, and we really didn't get to him in the first half. And I was talking to the defense coordinator about B. Brown about let's try to get some pressure. I think we ended up 3 or 4 sacks there in the second half, and we did a good job of creating turnovers. I thought that was big too. Disappointed in the one. I think we got a sack fumble. Emery did on our tackle got beat around. And disappointed in that. We got to get that fixed. And I think the teams did awesome too. Think about our special teams. I mean, knocking down field goals. We didn't really need Fletch today, but when he got in there, he boomed the last one, and which was awesome to see. And I thought our coverage teams were really good. So that was good to see. All those things were really good to see in the first game because you don't really know what you're going to get in the first game. I did think our kids prepared very well this week. They were very focused, intent, coming out and playing a great game, and they did that. It was awesome to see.
Maybe anticipate the offense. 10 new starters, maybe taking a little bit to gel, a little time to get going. Was it obviously a pleasant surprise to see that not happen?
Yeah, you just don't ever know. I mean, I don't even think Gerhardt started today. I don't think. He may have. Did he start? He did? Okay, good. At least they had one returning starter. So we had one returning starter, and, I think we really did, a good job of finding players that are team guys in the portal, and that's hard to do. That receiver group we have, they're talented, but they're also very unselfish, and they play like it today. I don't know 6 different receivers scored a touchdown, caught a touchdown today. I mean, that's great distribution, and you just don't ever know how it's going to work out in the game, and and I think we knew early going in we want to take some shots down the field, and we hit them, and then I think once that started rolling, it started opening up some of the run game, and Corey broke off that big run that we had there, and we were able to get a few more runs in there. So I think it's going to go hand in hand. We have to be able to do both. We want to be able to run the football, but we have some good weapons outside that need to get their touches.
Was today a testament to guys like Jack and Zach and Cass, talent acquisition team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a collective effort. Yeah, the whole recruiting department and all our coaches. I mean, we worked really hard at it. I think obviously in the portal, and you're behind, you're under the gun a little bit. I get hired in December, and all of a sudden we got to try to get some guys here in January. Then you go through that semester, and you're like, all right, what can we get this in May? And so. Under the gun really more in January, and then you got a little bit more time, and those guys did a great job of identifying and then trying to bring guys in to help us this summer. And then I think we really gelled. You talk about you don't know how it's going to be, but we gelled this summer a lot. I think Emery, his relationship with X, from Florida, I think really helped, and that was a good connection today, those two guys. I think Prater did awesome. I think he's got a bright future out there. I mean, he's a big guy that can run and catch. We saw that again today. So, I think when I think about when I first got here, it was one of maybe our weakest position group, and now it's one of our stronger position groups. And so I think that's how quickly you can flip that, when going to the portal.
What did you see on that 4th and 5 too, Xavier? Did the game get easier?
Yeah, I just think that was a play that was a vertical route that we wanted to run, and it's 4th and 5. We tempoed and ran it. I just wanted to try to hit them fast and let Emery read it out, and did a great job of seeing X, behind the guy and just. Beautiful throw, and then he did the rest. But I was just thinking it's 4th and 5. It's around midfield. I want to be aggressive, and and it paid off.
You went Kiner, Montgomery in the rotations for running back, and then it was just kind of Kiner. Was that kind of a tryout to start the game, or is that kind of the expectation going forward?
No, I think it's going to take all those running backs. You know, I think, shoot, I don't even know who we played today, four or five guys back there. But, I mean, it's going to take all of them. You know, there's guys that can catch the ball better. There's guys that protect better. There's guys that can run a little bit better. And so I think as we're still working that out. You know, as we head through the season, we'll find out which guys I think that can help us the most in that run, in that room, and then allow them to play a little bit more. You know, but it wouldn't have surprised me if, you know, one of them played more than the other one. You just pick a name out of the hat, you know, but whoever's going to be making the plays are going to be playing in that room. And I think that's where we're at. I mean, I'm pulling for all of them, but we're going to end up playing the guys who are making the most plays.
Emery started the game 7 for 7 for 143 yards. How important was it for his confidence and the rest of the team to get off to that type of start?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, you know, great for your confidence if you're throwing dimes out there and we're catching them. I mean, that's going to make you feel good. And I think as the game went on, we just kept, you know, feeling it really. I mean, quite honestly. And you know, as a play caller, you're like, man, these guys are seeing it really good. So let's continue to try to hit some of these plays. And they were making them, you know. And I think if they're doing that, we're going to keep feeding them, you know. And I think we're going to try to take what the defensive gives us. And tonight or this afternoon, the defense was giving us some of those balls down the field. And you know, and what I love about it is, like, you know, Emery's not just dialed in on one guy. I mean, X maybe had the better game as far as yards go, but he's not really dialed in. He's dialed in on who's open. You know, he hit Braden, you know, on the right side. Nobody's covering him, and he goes and scores. You know, and so I think I love the distribution of whatever they're going to give us. We're going to try to take, and I think for the most part, you know, Emery played very well. I mean, there was I would say, I don't know, I think 4 plays where I think, okay, he could have done better on those 4 plays, and you know, as far as decision making goes, and you know, he's very efficient, 19 for 23, and I think you know, he played about as good as you can play, really.
Keith and then Marshall.
Threats had that big interception. What makes him a special defender on that back end?
Yeah, I mean, Threats is, you know, he's our energy guy back there. You know, he's always talking and flying around and making plays. And, you know, he does a good job in coming down and stopping the run. And, you know, and that was a big-time play there to get the interception there, you know, when we needed one. And, you know, I think he do a little bit of everything. You know, sometimes you get some safeties that maybe are just really good in the pass game, not in the run. But I think he's a very solid overall player where he can come down and fit the run really well. But he also is a threat to get an interception in the passing game. And you know, he's obviously had a really good game today. And you know, I think he's one of our better solid players in the back end.
Coach, coming off a huge win, I know you haven't had time to look at any of the tape yet, but how does a 66-13 win, how does that prepare you for when you go against Power 5 teams that are going to have more talent?
Yeah, I mean, I think we go out there to play the game, you know, and I know I wasn't necessarily trying to score that many points, you know, really. I mean, we're trying to execute and make plays. I mean, you know, we throw a bubble out to Barry. I mean, we're just and he I don't even know what he went. I mean, what was that, 60-some yards or something? I mean, 65 yards. I mean, he made the play, you know, and so you can't apologize for getting a lot of yards and a lot of points. I mean, you know, whoever we play, we got to try to play the best we can possibly play. We realize next week we got Pitt. You know, Pitt has has a better defense. We recognize that. We played them last year. They have a tremendous defense, actually, and it'll be a lot more of a challenge. You know, but I think whoever you play, whoever they put down in front of us, we got to go out and try to play our very best. And you know, I can't apologize for putting up points and yards, but you know, we want to try to execute. And when you execute, good things happen. It'll be harder to execute next week, you know, and so we're going to have to be even, you know, more sharp, and we're going to have a great week of practice. But tonight we're going to celebrate this win, and then tomorrow we'll worry about Pitt.
A couple more, Russ, and then Neil. Marshall, if you've got a follow-up.
Yeah, just a quick follow-up. So then how does it make it more difficult then to judge the tape when you're going against a team that doesn't have the same skill level?
I don't look at it that way. You know, over the years, I've opened up with all kind of teams. For over the 25 years I've been coaching, and I've opened up teams where we really, you know, played well and we won big, you know, and then the next week we didn't play as well, and the next week we played great, and then I've done the other. You know, we've had some hard teams we've opened up with, and then the next week we've done bad and we've done good. I don't think there's any correlation. I think really it's about the preparation of that particular week, you know, because it's a one-week season for us, and it's 1 week. You know, all right, so now next week it's all Pitt. We're not worried about what we did last week. It's Pitt. And but tonight, we're celebrating EKU.
Do you live under a rock?
I don't know what that means.
Russ.
Daniel Gresham has the team high 7 tackles, 2 for loss, a sack, a forced fumble as well. Is this kind of the role and the impact you as a coaching staff and he as a player envision when he made the choice to come here and play alongside such a talented interior front?
Yeah, no question. And man, I love DG. I mean, he is a great kid, and his journey. We talked about this last night as a team. I mean, I could just pick any guy and talk about their journey. These people don't realize the things that these guys have gone through, and DG is just one example. You know, a former walk-on when he first went to college, and then, now, he never would have dreamed he'd be in Cincinnati, making plays. 5 years later in his career, and a kid from L.A. I mean, it's incredible, and his journey, and I think, and for him to come out here and have a game like that, I mean, he's been doing that since he got here this spring. But he's a great person, and for him to go out and make plays, I mean, I pull for guys like that, and so you get a good push with him. Those D linemen we have up front, and he's going to get some opportunity to make some plays, and he made the most of it today.
Neil, final question.
Sammy Anderson was a guy who really had a tremendous camp. Obviously, he got dinged up a little bit earlier today. Do you just have any update on him?
Yeah, I think he had a head contusion or something, upper body, and was not able to get back into the game. We talked to him. I mean, I talked to him at halftime. He seemed fine. He's smiling. He's feeling good. But I think anytime you have an injury like that, then you got to be more precautious than anything. We'll have more of an update, I think, maybe first part of the week. But I would anticipate him being fine.
Final second question.
Sorry, Scott. I know you weren't here last year, but Ivan Pace was here today. Got a big ovation from the crowd.
Oh, that's great.
Just how big was that to see him here?
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't see him. I wish I'd have saw him. But, man, that guy's awesome. I wish he was on our team. I know, but he's starting for whoever it was, the Vikings. Yeah, he's starting for the Vikings, so good for him. I just got to be around him a little bit when we got here, back in December, and I'm so happy for him. And a guy, I went down to Senior Bowl and watched him practice, and it was awesome. He did great, and nobody took him. But he's got the last laugh because he's starting, so good for him. And I love underdogs. I love guys like that, and they have a chip on their shoulder. And, that's how I envision our program. Like, if anybody's counting us out, man, we're just going to keep battling, and that, just like he did, and, to get that starting job. So that's awesome that he came back. I love it, like this summer and spring, when our former players, the NFL guys, they come back and hang out. I absolutely love that. Be with our guys, those guys that help get this program to where it's at right now, man, they're always welcome. And I love it when they come back. We open arms when those guys come back. So rooting for him.
Cool. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
We'll have Emery Jones in second. Oh, thank you, buddy. All right, we got quarterback Emery Jones here, counted for 7 touchdowns, which is a school record. Questions for Emery?
Had to feel good. How much did that 4th and 5, you go over the top to Xavier, kind of maybe get you going for the day?
Definitely got us going as an offense as a whole. That was just a play we've been running a lot. We put it in this fall camp, actually. And Xavier just got through there, got on top of the safety, and I put it up there for him. He did the rest. So definitely felt good about that one, though. First touchdown in Emperor Stadium. Felt good.
Tell me about you and Xavier. You helped get him here, and then how much easier was the game once you guys just hooked up, and that had to give you a lot of confidence from that point?
Yeah, I mean, that's somebody that I've been throwing to for years now. So, like, the connection, the chemistry that we have, I mean, it's like one of the best. So, I mean, obviously showed today. But, I mean, he worked his tail off ever since he got here and put himself in a position to be out there and go make plays like he did today. So, I'm very excited for him.
Emery, was that you who made the call to go for it on 4th and 5, or was that just relayed from the coaching staff, spur of the moment type deal?
Nah, that was Coach Sack's idea to go for it, but he trusts me enough to go out there and make the right decision in those situations. So we got it done.
Ryan and Keith.
We saw you guys show a little bit of an option within that third quarter. Is that something you're working on right now, or just something that's expect to see going forward?
I mean, yeah, that's almost every run that we have. It was just I take what the defense give me. That time, well, a couple times a day they gave me a pull read where we had guys in option phase, so we can do a little triple option there. So, I mean, that'll definitely be in our arsenal in the future.
You said on Tuesday that your goal today in this season is to have fun. Did you have fun today?
Definitely had fun today. It's crazy because this today was probably like the first time I was actually nervous in a long time. It's actually crazy, but I mean, yeah, I definitely went out there and had fun. I mean, that's like the main thing it was today. Is just go out here and have fun and go out there and execute, honestly, and everything was going to take care of itself like it did.
How do you pair together great performances in this 2023 season a little bit better than you've been able to in your prior seasons as a starter?
Yeah, just diving into the film a little bit more, and honestly, just doing a little bit more in the next week. You know what I mean? Just preparation wise. Honestly, just with the whole team, just making sure we're all on the same page, and we're all connecting.
Marshall and Chad.
Congrats on the win. We're all over the place today. But how much does this performance prepare you for what you know you're going to see against the Power 5 team next week?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd say just the confidence, honestly, for the whole team, just our confidence from getting this win and in the way that we did. I feel like everybody felt good. Everybody felt good about their performance, so they're going to go back and watch the film and be critical of themselves, knowing that we have a big game next week. So we just know already that we have to come prepared next week.
During the game, there were multiple people, fans, who took white T-shirts and wrote your number and your name on it,
Yeah.
and they put on their phone Emery Jones for Heisman, and they put it up on the Jumbotron after today's game. Did you see any of that? What are your thoughts on that?
I did see it. One of the guys on the sideline showed me. I mean, for me, it's awesome just to see the fan support, and they obviously were impressed of our performance today. So, I just love the support from the fans. So.
You played in a lot of sold-out, rowdy stadiums. What was your first Nippert experience like?
It was awesome, actually. Like I said, this is the first time me being nervous. Like, I'm in the front of the tunnel. I'm like, oh, my God. It's a whiteout. Oh, man. But, no, it was fun, though. It lit up. It was loud. It's crazy because it was kind of loud on offense on the first drive. And I was like, I need to be quiet a little bit. But no, it was awesome, though, just coming out here. And, we just wanted to give the fans a show. And that's what we did, just go out here and have fun and play ball and execute. So it was fun.
Did you answer some questions about your throwing? I mean, you completed your first 7 or 8, or might have been 9, I forget, but 17 of 23. I mean, pretty effective day.
Yeah.
You gotta feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel good. But that's just the result of the work that we've been putting in. The work I've been putting in since I got here, and with all the receivers, the offensive line, they did a really good job today, other than like probably 2 plays. But they did a really good job. The receivers, they made a lot of plays for me. They made me look good today, so proud of those guys.
Couple more for Emery.
13 rushes, 105 yards. How much did the rushing game help what you wanted to do through the air?
Yeah, that definitely is an effect. We came out running the ball. We took a couple shots, and like Coach Satt said, it opened up a lot of run lanes for us. And he did a good job of making the right reads, making the right cuts. And, like I said, the offensive line, they did a really good job. They were solid today, and they made us all look good.
I know you mentioned how you were a little nervous before the game, but just how comfortable do you feel in the system so far?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable. My preparation now is probably like the best it has been. So, obviously you're gonna go out there and feel comfortable. But like I said, it's just the preparation that I put in week in and week out, and just got to continue because we gotta keep getting better, and we know we got a big challenge next week.
Final question, Neil.
667 yards total offense. What was clicking for you guys on the offensive end today? Obviously, the running game was there, the passing game was there. What was really clicking for you guys early on that allowed that offense to get going?
I think the mindset and the attitude that we had as a team, as an offense, coming in, it was just flying out the ball, just being your best, honestly. And like I said earlier in the week, I think if we just go out here and execute, everything gonna take care of itself, and that's what we did.
Cool. Thanks, Emery.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're gonna do Xavier Henderson and Corey Kiner at the same time, so just be aware of that with your cameras. They'll still speak up here.
How y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Y'all was out there in that sun?
Xavier, 4th and 5. Coach goes for it, balls in the air. And you're open. What's going through your mind is getting ready to pull in the first touchdown of the season?
I've been working for this, bro. I just been on them jugs every day. When the ball in the air, I just had to go get it. I want to give a big shout out to my O-line for blocking, Emery making it happen. Feel me? It's a team effort. So, yeah.
Was there a second right before you caught it where you thought it was going to be a little long? Because it looked like you maybe kicked an extra gear.
It was no doubt in my mind. I just had to go get it. First one in the nip, yeah, I had to go get that one.
So obviously your first game as a Bearcat, just like what was it like for you to experience Nippert Stadium for the first time?
It was a great experience. The student section was really loud. I got to see my parents right behind me. They brought it. They sold out the stadium. It was a good experience. Can't wait to do it again.
Corey's second career 100-yard game, first game in this system, this new scheme, new offensive line, everything kind of gelled all together against EKU today. What really worked for you? What were you seeing out there vision-wise with those holes that were open up, and especially that 54-yard scamper?
Yeah, like you mentioned, the holes were opening up. The O-line was doing their thing, receivers was blocking, and then the coaches had faith in me to put the ball in my hand. So it all started up front, though.
6 different receivers caught touchdowns today. Xavier, what was working for you guys on the offensive end, really with Emery able to spread the ball around, get everyone involved?
Yeah, he did. I called him the lunch lady today. Yeah, he feeding everybody today. But yeah, it's good to see all those guys get in the box and get some touches. Even Evan in his transition from quarterback to receiver, and it was just it's good experience, good first game, and we got a lot to work on.
Xavier, you had 136 receiving yards with 8:53 left in the first half, which was a career high for you. When did you know today was going to be a special day?
I woke up listening to G Herbo. No, I was just playing. I knew it was going to be a special day because it's a lot of love going on in this building. It's a different type of feeling you get when everybody loves the game and everybody wants you to succeed. Everybody around you, coaches, staff, the nutritionists, down to the walk-ons, everybody wants you to be great. So everybody's pushing towards that win. So when we all have a common goal, it all feels good. It all keeps rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Where you told me a couple weeks ago that being a guy who transferred here and you know what that's kind of like, what was your message? Did you talk to any of the transfers who this was their first game at Nip going into this game?
Oh yeah, all the transfers know we real close. Cause I know how it feels to be the new guy on the block. So I just welcomed them with open arms, and then like I just was telling them like it's nothing like Nippert. Like I done played in some big stadiums, but Nippert is probably the best that I'm ever gonna see.
Xavier, you have the previous relationship with Emery at Florida. How much has that relationship helped with this transition to Cincinnati?
It helped a lot. I was just actually talking to my mom and his mom up there at the stadium before I came in, and yeah, he just kind of helped me with open, like how you said, they welcomed the transfers with open arms, and he was kind of my host on my visit, telling me the ropes and how they do things here, how they operate here, and that he think I'd be a great fit, and as you can see, it was.
For both Corey and Xavier, there's always that concern of first game jitters, but for the offense to start as well as it did, I think you guys were perfect in terms of drives resulting in touchdowns in the first half. What allowed that to be come to fruition and not have those first game jitters be an issue for you guys?
I believe we didn't have first game jitters because we did so well preparing. Throughout the summer, on the weekend, on the Saturdays, Sundays, we was waking up in the morning, coming out here catching balls from Emery and doing our working out on our own. So we prepared well enough to not be nervous.
Yeah, like you said, we prepared well enough, and like I said before, like we all have a common goal, so everybody was locked in, and everybody just knew we had to get that ball rolling. We watched a lot of the games going on during the week and seen a lot of like small mistakes that come with them first game jitters you said, and we just they was kind of preaching that just make the routine plays and everything's gonna fall into place.
Any more questions?
Corey, you have 13 carries today. Does that kind of feel like a nice diet in this offense, in this running back room, where you guys can all kind of stay fresh and you can still hit your kind of peak output in a game while staying fresh out there and able to play, if you had to play a full 60 minutes of that?
Oh yeah, shoot, I'll take however many carries they give me. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, like it all started up front. Shoot, I wouldn't have got that 100 without the O line. Like I could have did it 20 carries, 10 carries, whatever. The O line got it for me. So
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
appreciate y'all.
We got outside linebacker, or what we call him, dog, right? Daniel Gresham.
Daniel, you lead the team in tackles today. You had a fumble, a couple tackles for loss, a sack. Is this kind of what you envisioned when you made the choice to pick Cincinnati over all your other choices in the transfer portal?
Yeah, playing this new position, it's kind of crazy at first, just being in coverage and just being all over the field. But that shout out to Coach Brown. He put me in the right positions, and my teammates they let me go eat. So yeah.
They wanted to get the ball out quick. How were you guys able to adjust as the game went on to keep their offense in check, even though they were trying to, beat you to the punch?
Yeah, well, personally, me, I was just like, I got to get more aggressive. I got to get to the quarterback before he could get the ball out. So towards the third quarter, I was like, okay, let me start getting up the field a little more instead of playing the run. So that's what I was doing.
What's going through the defense's mind? They go for it, first drive of the season, 4th and 5. And they go over the top and hit a 50-yard touchdown.
Personally, I was on the sideline like, let's go for it. Like, middle of the field, let's go get it. And then, we got playmakers on that side. Like, they did a good job. Xavier, Braylon, AT, we got some playmakers on that side. And they didn't even see Shaman yet today. So, we got some – I already knew it was going to be good.
Coach Satterfield talked about how 5 years ago you're a walk-on, you're a kid from LA. You don't usually see that here at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you that you've gotten to this point? You're a starter and a big contributor to this Bearcats defense.
I don't mean a lot. I've been through a lot with my football journey and just like my personal life. So I'll just be trying to give my all to this game because I just want to make the most out of it while I'm up here. Like, I know I'm coming to Ohio for a reason. Like, give them all for my team. That's big.
In Nippert Stadium, just thoughts on the crowd and atmosphere.
Oh, the crowd was great. I ran out there, I was like, dang, and it was in all white. That was crazy. Yeah, I can't wait to play. Like, what's our next home game? Miami? Oh, yeah, that's the rivalry at night. Yeah, we're going to wear black or we're going to red. I don't know what we're going to wear, but it's going to be lit. 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 I can't wait for that.
You had a great day on the defense, obviously leading in tackles. You had the strip sack there, fumble recovery. Just walk us through what you saw there on that play.
On the strip sack? Oh, like we were saying, quick game, tackle looking at me. I'm like, all right, either he going to block me or he going to pass. So I just jet up the field, knocked his hand down. And then since the older I got, if I see the quarterback, I don't even go for the tackle. I want that ball, so I'm getting the ball out.
Their quarterback has like every record out there, right? One of the best on the FCS level. Now that game's in the rear view, what was your plan of attack against him and keeping him in check?
Oh, yeah, he's a great quarterback. He's played a lot of ball. So you got a guy that played a lot of ball. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You can't make no mishaps. I can't mess my alignment up because, they run a lot of RPO. If I mess my alignment up, he going to dot at RPO, and they'll drive down the field. So, really, alignment, that's a big thing. Coach Brown did a great job this week saying alignment's everything, holding disguises, make them feel uncomfortable.
Do you benefit from all the attention that Corleone and Phillips and Juwan, all
Yes,
those
I
guys?
do. I love those guys.
You almost see you coming and you go, oh, no, this is mine.
I love those guys because last year I remember getting chipped and double teamed. I didn't get touched today at all. Like, it was a one-on-one all day. So I love them guys. So if they slide into Corleone and Briggs, okay, y'all go ahead. I'll do my Dougie go eat. Nah.